Welcome to the top 10 Injustice characters, ranked from worst to best. First of all, spoiler, Superman isn't on the list. The reason is because with the amount of power he has, he should be accomplishing a lot more. A big example of this is when he wasn't able to save Lois Lane. People will argue that there is no way he would have been able to save her, but if you're Superman, you should be able to save your wife and future child. After this, he does well to stop conflict around the world, so I'll give him that. But why does it take him so long to find and stop Batman, Bruce Wayne? Not only does it always take Superman months or even years to find Batman, but he always seems to let him slip away, and then he complains about it. I think it's safe to say that Superman is one of the most disappointing characters in Injustice. Starting off with number 10, Etragon. This one is controversial because Etragon only appears in a couple of pages in a series of comics that is well over 1,000 pages. But he has one of the most impressive feats in the series, overpowering Superman with some of the hottest flames you'll see. It shouldn't really be surprising considering Etragon is the grandson of Trigon, a super powerful demon and the niece of Raven, but it's still good enough to make the list. At number 9, we've got Alfred Pennyworth. So this isn't a list of who is the strongest, just to clear that up, if that wasn't already obvious by the title. But I think that Alfred does more in a chapter than some characters do in the whole series. He stands up to Superman even though it cost him his life, and that is how you earn respect. When you go up against a challenge or opponent and the odds are massively stacked against you, knowing that you might not win. At number 8, we've got the Spectre, or Mr. Zipstick. The Spectre is supposed to be a vengeful spirit, taken over by someone. In this case, it's Mr. Zipstick. I think that's how you say his name. This guy is fucking everywhere. He might be in one part of the world in one page, and then in another part of the world in the next couple of pages. It's absurd. And also, he's super strong. Every time he shows up to a battle, you know that Team Batman is fucked. He also goes toe-to-toe with Etragon, one of the strongest ever demons, or supposedly, and not only creates a rift with Etragon that nearly destroys the Earth, but nearly destroys the galaxy. At number 7, we've got Shazam, or Billy Batson. Shazam is one of the strongest members of the Justice League, and he's only 12 years old. But of course, he transforms into an adult when he says Shazam. I don't remember Shazam losing many fights. He can easily take on some of the strongest characters in the series, like Doomsday or Darkseid, for example. And you can respect that he sides with Superman because he feels that's the right thing to do. Number 6, Constantine. John Constantine. Constantine doesn't really have many powerful abilities. Maybe that's why we don't see him do a whole lot in Injustice. But he does know a lot about demons. He uses the war between Superman and Batman to draw out and imprison Trigon. Even though Raven was being held by Batman, Constantine decides to tell Trigon, Raven's father, that she's being held captive by Superman in order to try to take him out, which nearly ends up destroying the universe as a result. We know this because after everyone is saved from Trigon and Zipstick, Batman goes and confronts Constantine about this. But Constantine doesn't seem to give a shit. Number 5. Batman, or Bruce Wayne. The reason why Batman is on this list and not Superman is because Batman achieves way more than he should be able to, given his skill set. At no point during this 5-year war should Batman have been able to match Superman and stop his plans. Examples of this are Captain Atom fighting for Team Batman and impeding Superman, Darkseid fighting Superman, Doomsday fighting Superman, Constantine getting Trigon to stop the Spectre, Plastic Man freeing all the villains in the dome, and much more. It always seems like Batman is a step ahead of Superman. And this should not be the case because we know Superman is way stronger than Batman. Yet, Batman consistently foils Superman's plans. Number 4. Harley Quinn, formerly known as Dr. Harleen Quinzel. Harley Quinn used to be a psychiatrist in Gotham City, but leaves that job to team up with the Joker, which is another example of just how corrupt Gotham is. When the Joker dies, she ends up being on her own and having to make decisions for herself, and she makes some big ones. She takes out the main man and then persuades him to fight other enemies that aren't on Team Batman. She takes on Superman after taking a green pill. She kidnaps Billy Batson and holds him captive. She joins and fights for Team Batman. She forms her own squadron. Harley Quinn, like Batman, is another example of a character that does more than what's expected of them. She shouldn't be able to accomplish half of the things she does, but she does. She does disappoint later on when a second Joker shows up, but the good far outweighs the bad. Number 3. The Joker. This is probably a surprising one. So the Joker got tired of trying to mess with Batman. So instead, he decides to mess with his best mate, Superman. He kidnaps Lois Lane, Superman's wife, together with Harley Quinn. They link Lois's heart to a bomb planted in the heart of Metropolis, Superman's home city. They trick Superman into triggering a bomb that blows up all of Metropolis and taking out his wife and unborn son, all at the same time. We know that the Joker was an evil genius, but this took things to a whole new level. This is the event that starts the war of injustice. Number 2. Captain Atom, or Atom. I might have mentioned it already, but Captain Atom joins Team Batman. He takes on both Superman and Wonder Woman at the same time. And Wonder Woman is just as strong as Superman, being a Greek god and all. He gets Superman and Wonder Woman into space, and then he explodes, causing a massive explosion in space, which injures Superman and puts Wonder Woman in a coma. This is one of the most jaw-dropping events in the series. Forget the sacrifice Adam made. This is injustice at its best. Characters doing things that leave you in shock and speechless. Number 1, Plastic Man, or Patrick Eel O'Brien. He has to be the most epic character in Injustice. After talking with Batman, he confronts Superman and the Justice League, demanding that his son be released from prison. Superman refuses Plastic Man's request. So Plastic leaves and puts the Flash to sleep. Impersonating himself as the Flash, he deceives Cyborg, finding out where his son was being held captive. He then steals some Green Lantern rings and proceeds to not only free his son, but also every single prisoner in the dome. He also holds the dome together from imploding. And finally, he escapes as well. This is the most impressive sequence of events in the series, and why Plastic Man is the best character in Injustice. And all this happens in an epilogue after year 3. And that's about it.